Next, it's been confirmed in the last hour that tomorrow's mass ascents at the Bristol Balloon Fiesta have been called off because of the weather conditions. It follows the cancellation of today's flying because of strong winds and heavy rain.
But the gates have stayed open today for the free event. Matthias Kurt has been there with people who've been making the most of what's on offer. Matthias, it is disappointing, of course, but people aren't going to be put off by a bit of wind and rain, are they?
No, it has been pretty wet for large parts of today, but you're right. And even when the sun, though, has shown itself, it's still been far too windy for any balloons. But you can't quell that indomitable, famous British Bulldog spirit, can you? And like this group of friends here from Wales and Bristol who've invited us in for the evening, they've taken shelter under gazebos and inside their trailers. And those who have made it into the site really have made the most of it. For parts of today, it was Ashton Court's residents who were most active. Wind and torrential downpours kept all but the most determined visitors indoors. The Ferris wheel stood still, the merry-go-round was under wraps, and all the hot air balloons were safely stored in their trailers, as the fiesta resembled more of a siesta.
It's just as frustrating for us as balloonists and it is for the public, really. We want to fly, it's what we've come here to do. When the weather's like this, we can't, so we've just got to make the best of what we've got, unfortunately.
And that outlook has been shared by the majority.
We've got to make the best of a situation, so we thought we'd come and have a glass of bubbly for breakfast.
We look forward to this festival every year, and you have great summers and then this happens.
Over in the campsite, this family kept the kettle boiling while they waited for a break in the weather.
We don't worry about the rain kids, do we? We've got our wellies and our raincoats and our brollies.
It's just the fun and for the children, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
they love it, and the
love it.
balloons and the fireworks last night. It was great, even though it was raining.
I think as well we try and come and support them because obviously they make such an effort. They stand out there in the rain.
And the Darth Vader balloon.
Yeah, you were excited about the Darth Vader balloon, weren't you?
Marianne and Ken have come all the way from Norfolk for the very first time.
We'd heard a lot about it, and I'm glad we were here yesterday where we got the good weather, so we could see everything.
I'm just stunned that it's free.
Yeah.
I mean, how amazing is that? All those people to be able to come out, bring the children, and just relax, have fun, and it's all free.
Local charity St Peter's Hospice have partnered this event since it all started 41 years ago.
We will be here the whole weekend. We've just had to reduce down some of the activities that we're doing to really protect our volunteers who are still turning up.
But getting wet.
And getting very wet. We got very wet last night, but we sold lots of ponchos, so it was fine.
But traders like Karen are facing up to the reality of a soggy bottom line.
It's difficult because we pay a lot for our pitch, and of course, you know, you're reliant upon people coming. There are people that have made the effort to come here today, but most people won't, and I understand that because the weather is so bad, isn't it? Just hopeful for the weekend, really.
When this now empty arena will hopefully be occupied by some hot air balloons. Matthias Kurt, ITV News. The police force's newest recruit, doing exactly what she does best, following her nose. And within seconds, Raven has found the prize.
Good dog!
Right now, that's just a tennis ball, but soon enough, she'll be tracking down drugs, guns and cash.
Good dog! For her age, she's phenomenal in terms of that she will jump or go anywhere and appears to be completely fearless. So whatever I ask her to do, she tends to, or is already doing it.
You get pop? Yeah!
And it's Ray's instincts that made her stand out, even from her sister, from the very moment that they were handed in to this animal rescue centre at the end of June.
If we were to hide the ball or sort of sneakily put it out of sight, most dogs, they'd start looking for it visually, whereas Raven, she'd immediately go to her nose and start sniffing and trying to sniff out where it is. She'd jump up on the agility equipment, the tables, she'd go through the tunnels trying to find it. So she really had all of those attributes that the police would be looking for in a great sniffer dog.
Lee was convinced within 10 minutes of meeting her.
She doesn't look like your standard police dog, if I can say that.
No, we tend to, or have historically used what we term gun dog breeds, so Labradors and spaniels and the like. Over the last few years, we've looked at other breeds because we deal with rescue centres and found that different breeds can be equally as good, if not better in some cases. It's not what they look like or their background particularly, it's what they can do for us.
There she goes. The ball's in there somewhere. She's only been at this for a few weeks, but it'll be months before Ray's a fully paid up active member of the police force.
She'll have to show that she can find all the substances that we needed to find, and that will be assessed. I'm already taking her to different environments and getting her used to those environments. We'll take her down to Bristol Docks, get her on the boats, get her onto lorries, coaches, trains hopefully, just to make sure that she'll play this game of find it for us, if you like, anywhere.
And the hard thing for you is going to be giving her up, because you're training her but you don't get to keep her.
Absolutely right. Yeah, it's getting hard. The longer I've been doing it, and it's been quite a few years, I grow very attached to these dogs, and you can't help but love them. They're part of your life. They've all got something different.
And they've become attached to you.
Absolutely, yeah.
And she already is, clearly.
She is, yeah. She's grown fond of me.
But most importantly, Ray is already completely taken with the important job that she's been fast-tracked to fulfil. Matthias Kurt, ITV News.
Good dog. Good girl. Come here, Ray. Ray. Good dog. Yeah, good girl.